Okay, so myself, like a lot of you out there, are probably looking for something decent as far as some place to live down south, whether it be a second home or you're looking to retire. So I've been kind of looking at places that are down south, and I thought I'd show you what I find. Um, the one things I do want to say is if you're looking at Florida, especially southern Florida, you're not going to find anything really cheap. Uh, most everything has been converted to like senior living homes and there's just not a lot out there, to be honest with you. If you really want to move to Florida, I suggest something a little bit more towards Orlando area. You can find something more affordable. I personally love Fort Lauderdale. I love it down there, but so let's see what we find. You can find not even this building, but this part of the yard by this building for $80,000, and you're going to have this old building right next to you, which isn't included. And if you spent $80,000 for this, you really need your head examined. I, People are retarded as far as stuff. And you see a little dwelling shelter. Doesn't look like much, but 100 grand. It's pending already. You see here a 3 acre lot now. That doesn't look too bad for 100,000. Looks like you're gonna have somebody right on top of you. But there's a possibility. I'll heart that one. Oh, I guess Google. Did that work? Hello. So look at that 1/4 acre lot. $140,000. So you really don't get much, like I'm saying. This is just a lot for 200 grand. Yeah, somebody else, it looks like it's part of their yard. People are so money grubbing hungry. It's just like if I own this house, I want this yard. That's a yard for the kids to play in, and it's all about money. I can put another house right on top, so I have no yard if I can get 170 grand for it. Look at this. Beautiful home for only 180,000. You got yourself a mobile home on top of other mobile homes for 180,000. $200,000 for a tiny mobile home. $200,000 for a shack. I wouldn't want to live there. What is that? One bedroom, two bedroom, a living room, and a. It's a shack. Just amazing. And like I said, and some of the stuff you see is pending. People actually 200,000 for that. 215,000 for that beautiful home. Looks like a mobile home too. Like 200,000 for a mobile home on top of another mobile home. So if you're looking in Fort Lauderdale, this is pretty much all you're gonna get. Now, now if we look over towards Orlando area, um, you can see here we have some homes that actually look a lot better than the ones down in Fort Lauderdale, and they're going for 60, 65,000, and they're not shelters or lean-tos basically. I mean, you can see off the bat it looks a little better. You have this one. It's not a bad little house. Looks like kind of a crappy one, but 100. Well, maybe not a lot better, honestly. So most of these look like shelters too, you know. It's always about location, location. Everyone and their brother wants to move to Florida, and they have over the years. Everyone wants warmer weather. And because of it, it's just killed the real estate market. It's just too damn expensive to move to Florida. A lot of people are moving to like Texas, something I'm looking at too, because yeah, it might be more affordable. And I'm not saying that Florida is necessarily with all the people moving down from the north. It's not as friendly and cultural as it used to be 20 years ago. I'll say that. I used to love Miami 20 years ago. Now, such a bunch of snobs, and it's just not the same at all. There used to be a lot of Cubans, a lot of friendly people, Mexican, and now it's just all snobby people that move down there that thinks their shit don't stink. So I don't want to live with people like that. So we're not seeing a whole lot better. Usually I see stuff better. Um, Maybe I was looking at rentals. Rentals were a little better. I mean, you're looking at 200,000. Looks like that one's pending for nothing special, but at least not a lean-to. Uh, that's not a bad little house right there. Again, not real big, nothing real special, but at least it's a house. It's not just a shanty or a mobile home. About 200. Typically, you need to get up right now with the housing market. You need to be up around a quarter million to get something decent that you actually want to live in. Now, it looks like this needs work, the roofing and everything, but boy, that's when it's done. Would that be beautiful? I'd live in that. Look at that big ass garage. Even if it needed work, I mean, when it's done, look how nice that is. It's a nicer house right there, 225. So when you're in Orlando, at least you can find something that isn't just a shanty. If you're down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, you really are going to be, unless you're willing to spend half million or if not more, there's no sense even looking, unfortunately. If we get another Bush in office, they'll drop. Maybe that'll happen. Our current president is much better. Maybe that'll happen with him. The bubble will burst and all everything will come down. Then is when you want to buy. All right. Let's look at Tampa. Those are some beats right off the bat, huh? Look at that beauty. And they're both pending too. People can't wait to move in there because it's Tampa. 105 pending. Looks like it needs a lot of work. Pending dropped by 100 whole dollars. Wow. That's not bad. Not it's old, nothing special, but at least you got a little bit of a yard to play in. So you're still at 160 and you're not looking at much. Personally, for me, I'm not looking to spend $500,000, you know. I'm looking for something more affordable. Which is why I say again, you probably are going to want to wait till the bubble bursts. Because it's got to burst at some point. Things can't keep getting more and more expensive with people not working and with the wages not going up, with the inflation's going up like crazy under a new president. Things just can't keep going this way. At some point, something's got to give, I would think. That's not a bad little place there. 230. You notice like all the ones that are halfway decent, they're pending already. Like, and my understanding is that usually if you're going to buy something, expect to pay like 50 grand more than the asking price. Like it's ridiculous right now. Which kind of tells me for now I'm just going to keep saving my pennies and wait for something to come along. Might be years from now, but here's something 17 hours ago just put up. I bet this will go quick. We'll see. That's what it looks like. Nothing special. Needs some yard work, obviously. But it's got a yard. And you see something like this in other cities and 50,000. Look at all the work it needs. Look at the inside. You would say, okay, yeah, something like that maybe for 50 grand. Look at the ceilings here. Or it needs a lot of work, but if it's in a decent neighborhood, yeah, it might be worth buying and putting 50 into it and selling it for 150 or something. They want 242. I take back, it'll sell right away. I mean, it probably will sell. But I mean, look at how rough this place is. $250,000 in Tampa, and this is what you get. Probably got a mold infestation like no other. Good luck not getting sick with all the mold that's probably growing in the walls, etc. So, so what did we learn from this? Don't move to Florida, basically, unless you're a millionaire, right? Let's go to Jacksonville. Now, Jacksonville is not my favorite city in the world, honestly. I don't care for Jacksonville, the people there, honestly. But um, it's Florida, so let's take a look at it. Kind of reminds me of Detroit down south. And here, that's a nice little place. Not bad. 234, small. Pending. Now there's a nice house. Now for the same price as that mold infestation we just saw at, if you're able to go to Jacksonville, you can actually get a real house. But again, it's not the city most people want to live in, which is probably why the housing is more reasonable. 240, that looks like a nice house. Just a little different than the one we saw in Tampa, huh? So there you go, guys. I just kind of did a little overview. I might do this once a week and just kind of look at different places. I kind of looked at Florida right now as far as housing for sale. I think next thing I'll look at is maybe some land for sale in Florida, and yeah, we'll just keep going. And if you like what you see and hear, this is something new I'm trying. Usually I talk about cars and bikes, but I'm going to start looking at housing and real estate now. So if you like it, subscribe, tell your friends. That's it. We'll talk to you later.